So passing a prop firm challenge is just part one of a two-part test. And all traders who are getting consistent withdrawals understand this. What you need is a plan that is designed to get you to a payout. My name is JD. I help prop firm traders pass their challenges and increase their overall trade performance. Like this subscriber who said he had been losing for 9 years and started making money this year after finding my channel 2 months ago. Now, wow. Wow. And that is what we call increase on the sudden. So if you've been struggling to pass your prop firm challenge, we do have a free guide called Finally Funded. It is helping people get over that hill, finally pass the challenge, get to the buffer, which we're going to talk and discuss in this video, and finally get a withdrawal. So comment below, give me the guide, and I'm going to send you Finally Funded. In this lesson, we're going to share 3 tips to help you get past the intraday trailing drawdown for take profit trader, so you can finally get past your buffer and start to receive daily withdrawals. Let's go deeper. So with these prop firms, you truly have to pick your poison. All right, none of them are perfect. None of them offer everything that you want, and most of them, after you pass the challenge initially, which when I say pass the challenge, I mean after you get to that initial profit goal, you know, and you've done it for many days, as they say, and they told you you've passed, you know, you've become pro with Take Profit Trader or whatever they call it with other prop firms. When you're at that point, you know, you typically think you've made it, right? You typically think, all right, I'm about to start making money. Nope, there's a second test. I'm sorry to tell you, there is a second test, and it's different with whatever prop firm you're with. And that's why you got to pick your poison, because a lot of people hate the intraday trailing drawdown that Take Profit Trader has. What that means is that as you're trading, the drawdown is being calculated based on your unrealized gains. So if you go up $1,000, lock in a tick, and it come back and get you, that's like losing $1,000. All right, that's the quickest, easiest way I can describe it. People hate it, all right? But then at other prop firms, there's consistency rules, right? Where, hey, you gotta only make this amount. Now I have somebody very close to me. You guys know I'm biased. Sorry, let me first start saying I'm biased because I've only traded with Take Profit Trader, but I have somebody close to me, and I'm not gonna name them. I ain't saying no names, who wanted to go out and try somebody else, all right? Now, they got funded, right? They were at a level they should have been able to take a withdrawal. They had $800 sitting there, but if they had taken it, they wouldn't have had no cushion. And if they had just lost their next trade, they would have lost the funded account, right? So yeah, they were saying you could take the money, but you were gonna lose the account as soon as you did. And then they had a consistency rule too. So again, you have to pick your poison. Every place is going to have something. But the thing about Take Profit Trader, again, why they win, in my opinion, is this. Most places that have a consistency rule, that's for good. Or places that have a trailing drawdown after you pass the challenge, that's for good. The thing about Take Profit Trader is that once you get to the buffer, that intraday is over, right? Like if on a 50K account, the buffer is 2,000. So when you get to that buffer, it's over. You trade however you want from then on out. You know, you don't have to worry about the intraday no more. So cha-ching, that's a check mark for Take Profit Trader. Again, even with this intraday that everybody hates, right? It doesn't last though. That's the thing. What we need to say is, or what you need to understand is that this is a test, right? So what are they testing us on, right? What are they testing us on? The companies who had a consistency rule, they want their traders to trade at 20%, 30%, 40% on an even, consistent basis, whatever. That's what they're looking for. That's what they're testing for. So Take Profit Trader, what are they testing for? It's very interesting if you think about it. I could be wrong. This is completely my opinion, but I give kudos to the CEO, the owner. I think they went pretty deep. They are, in my opinion, they're testing to see if you understand the importance of taking profit. That is what they're testing, right? This whole intraday situation is because they're like, man, you was up 1,000 and only made $5. We don't want you trading our money. That's, you see what I'm saying? That's what I believe they're looking for. So what you need to do, now that we know what the problem is, right? And we've already picked our poison because we're with Take Profit Trader, right? And we know now that, all right, after I get funded, there's still a test. And the test is to see, can I take profit? All right. So now that I know what the test is, now that I know what the problem is, now that I know why most people are blowing out, can't get past the buffer. Most people can't get past their buffer because of this intraday trailing drawdown. Let me just give you one example of how easily it can go against you. You only have 2,000 cushion to start with. Let's say you got a 50K account. You only got $2,000 worth of cushion. Let's say you go heavy at 5 contracts and you go up 3 points. Hey, you up 750. That's cool. But see, you only was up 3 points though. You may be used to not doing nothing till you're at 5 points, 6 points, 10 points. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what you did to get to this point. But if that trade goes right back against you and you can just get knocked out at the tick, you still just lost 750 as far as passing this intraday trailing drawdown test. You see what I'm saying? You just lost 750. So now you only got 12 something left. You see how quick it could go? And that could happen in a blink of an eye. That could happen in 3 seconds. That boom, you was just ready to make money and now you're down 750. That's the problem. And that's why this intraday kills people so much, right? But it's time to share these 3 tips that I'm hoping it can help you possibly finally start to get past this buffer. Now, here's the thing. Let me throw my disclaimer up. Disclaimer, because this is serious. This ain't play. This ain't for challenges. I understand. This is for people who are this is for real money. All right. So I'm going to give you a guideline because I don't want to hear nobody saying you made me blow out my funded account. No, these 3 tips is just a guideline. But now that you understand the problem, I hope that I've helped you look through a different lens instead of just saying like, oh, well, Take Profit Trader, they got this up so they could can't nobody beat it so they can make more money from resets and stuff. I hope don't look through that lens. And that could be true. I'm not saying it's not. But look through this other lens I just showed you that, hey, maybe they just are still testing to see if you will take profit. Because that's the type of trader they want. They want a trader who ain't going to go too heavy and will take profit. Because in that last example, 5 contracts, it's just too heavy for a 50K account. Now, if you was only going for a point or 2 points, that would be different because you would be taking profit. So you have to have your risk low enough and a good plan. So let's get into it. Tip number 1, the first thing you should do after you have passed your challenge, take a time out. I've said this before, take a few days off. Take a few days off. Because you need to put together a plan, right? We understand the problem now. Hey, the problem is that we got an intraday trailing drawdown until we make it to, and on a 50K account, $2,000. So we know we need to make it to $2,000, right? So put your plan together, and you put your plan together while you're taking a little breather, okay? So after you pass the challenge, just know I'm gonna take a few days off. I'm a plan because what you did in the challenge to pass may not work in the buffer stage. What you did in stage 1, the way you traded, your system, your strategy actually may not work in the buffer stage. So this is why we're planning, right? This is why we're taking a break. This is why we're taking a time out so we can get our thoughts together, get a plan together, because you may have to switch your strategy. And that's hard for a lot of traders to do. And that's the problem with prop firms. You know, when you're on your personal account, you just trade your strategy. But when you're at a prop firm, you're being tested and you have to trade to pass their test, right? So it ain't about your strategy. That ain't about you. I'm sorry. If you want to I'm just trying to help you get to some money. If you want to get to a withdrawal, you have to beat their test. So you may have to make adjustments, right? So what worked to get you through the challenge may, in a lot of cases, especially with this intraday trailing drawdown, it's probably not going to work, right? But we're going to look at what possibly will. All right. So that's tip 1. Just take a break. Now, tip 2. This is for real money, right? Man, I don't know how long you had to fight, to get through the challenge, to finally get to this point. But I understand this point is serious. It's time to get some money, right? So if this account is so important, so serious, so valuable, it's my business asset. It's what I'm going to be leaning on as an income stream, an income source, right? I love trading, all right? I love prop firms. So all this is happening. I'm thinking about all this. Listen, Only trade on the best days that you are aware of, that you trade on. And that may be different for everybody, right? But figure it out. Go over your notes, go over your journal. If you don't, hopefully you've been journaling or using TradeZella or something, right? Go over your numbers. Look at it. Look at the days. What days do you smash? What days do you kill? What days do you take profit, right? Find those days. That's when you start. After you put that plan together in step one, step two, trade on your best trading days. For me, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't even have to go look. Ain't no question. Those, to me, those are probably the best trading days, period. Most people know this. Most, seasoned traders know this. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the market is rolling. That's when I'm going to take the shot, right? It's a brand new account. It's almost like going from demo to live for the first time. You got to get those you may have some butterflies in the belly, right? Hey, trade on your best day, right? Trade on the days that you know the market is moving, or trade on the days that you know the market a lot of times has the right context for your strategy. Whatever the case, pick those 3 days. Pick those days, right? Trade on those days, especially in the start, especially when you're trying to get to this buffer, because things are different. All right. Things are different in the buffer stage. But once we get past that buffer, do what you want. Right. But until then, let's beat this test. And let's take it to number 3. Tip number 3. And this one really solves the whole problem. They want to see if you're going to take profit. Then put a strategy together that takes profit. Go with a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio. Risk 2 points, go for 4. It's really that simple. Risk 2, go for 4. When you lose, you're losing in very small increments. When you win, you're doubling up. You're winning even that much faster. So you can get to that buffer. Let's keep it with the 50K, 2,000. Let's just go 2 contracts, $100 a point. That means at 2,000 divided by $100 a point, we need 20 points, right? If you're snatching 4 points at a time, that's only 5 wins, and we are to that buffer. It's just like that. Because you don't want to be in situations where you go up and can come back. Nah, we want to, we risking 2, let's snatch 4. Risk 2, snatch 4, right? If I go down, the intraday ain't bothering me. 1 win, I'm up. The intraday followed me a little bit, but I still got my lead. And because I'm snatching the money at the top, I'm only going for 4 and snatching it. That intraday is eliminated. You eliminate that intraday. You only need 5 wins and you can get there. And, it doesn't matter the amount of time, right? It doesn't matter how long it takes you to do it. You fund it. You're in the game. You have a business entity that can produce income. So it don't matter how long it takes, right? And it's not going to take that long, but it doesn't even matter. You're trying to keep this account for good. So it don't matter how long it takes you to get there. Slow grind to that 2 grand if you need to. If you need to drop down to 1 contract to feel more confident, do that. If you need to drop down to micros to feel more confident, do that, right? But make the small adjustment and beat them at their own game. Just taking a little bit at a time and you're there. And finally, I'm going to give you a little bonus. Now, this one I haven't done. Full disclosure, I haven't done this, but it just came to me when I was thinking about this video and it makes perfect sense. Just use a trailing stop. You're up 4, lock in 2. You're up 6, you lock in 4. You're up 8, you lock in 6. You're up 8, you lock, you know what I'm saying? Just do that. Then they can't use it against you. You're actually using their strategy against them and you just coast up. Man, you might could get that boy in 1 push. Who knows, right? I typically don't like trailing stops because they tend to knock you out and then keep running. But in this case, that don't matter because I'm only trying to get to this buffer. I'm only trying to get these 20 points, right? So anytime I can grab 2 to 4 points, you need to take profit because that's the test you're trying to pass. Take Profits Traders buffer is designed to see if you will take profit. And if you will take profit, can take profit, have a strategy that will take profit, then you're going to be splitting withdrawals with them at an 80-20 pop real fast. Because again, this can happen in a day or 2. I mean, you can get to the buffer day 1, get 2,000 past the buffer and snatch that off and keep 80% of it. Day 1 payouts, people. This is why we roll with Take Profit Trader. Put that link in the description for them. Check them out. My code is 1121. And if you've been struggling to pass the prop firm challenge, I'm telling you, grab the free guide, finally fund it. It's free. It's helping traders who have been struggling with, it's giving you good sound risk management tips that you can use to finally pass that challenge. Comment below, give me the guide, and I'm gonna send that right over to you. All right, so I greatly appreciate you guys staying this long, checking it all out. I do have a trade example for you, so watch that to the end. I greatly appreciate you. My name is JD, and I wish you increase on the sudden. Hey guys, so we got a strong trend working, but this trend might be over. We've had a trend up. Here's a trend break. 1, 2 legs up to a new high. Now we're kind of starting to dud out.
Order canceled.
I'm actually gonna say that we're gonna take a short, at least back to this area.
Order
now
submitted.
I gotta get the wifey trade here. It's the only way I'm gonna take this is if now we just ran up and trapped some longs there, which would make sense because we've been heading long. Only way I take this is if I get a wifey set up. If not, I'm gonna abort. But if I get a wifey, this boy turn into some type of hammer down. We gonna say we could get at least, maybe we can get 4 points to this target down here, 60. We at 79, and that's 19 points down. I need the smallest of hammer too. It ain't gotta be big. Here we come. Last 200 belongs to us. Here it come. Nick didn't give it to me. I mean, if that thing had to close with a speck of red, I would have took it. But the uptrend is gonna continue. So that's that.
Order canceled.
That is that. Did y'all see that? Man, if you was ready to go right here, you would have been done. What a push. All right. Well, we have our direction. We have our direction. That was just random too. It's 9:50. It ain't like it was a report or nothing that just came out.
Order submitted.
Okay, we got rejection everywhere. This is a high. This is a push down. This is a first entry. This is a push, push, push. We're looking for a second entry long to get with this uptrend. We need this candle to come down and bounce right here on this 21 EMA and give us a second entry long. Also don't want to get left. If it breaks higher now, we just be in already. One of these candles gonna put us in for a second entry long. We definitely gonna get the second entry now. Yep, there's the second attempt lower. Let's see what happens. Beautiful. Right to the 21 EMA. Let's see if we push through it or if we pause. We pausing. I want to go now, but I gotta be patient. I will go on this little bitty green. Psh, man. Okay, now I'm ready to go. Last 100 belongs to us.
Order submitted.
Close on your top. I'll take that. Let's go. Second entry long. I'm gonna give this boy 2 ticks. 1, 2 ticks cushion. You don't need it, but push on up. Second entry long with trend. Close on your top. Good close. Good close. We need one more bar like this bar we just had. We'd be good. We need one more bar. push up, push up, push up. Make the new high, make the new high. Oh, I forgot to try to make the new high. Yes, push through there with strength. Ooh, don't hammer down. Oh. You don't want hammers at the top of areas. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good sign. Let's take it back right now, right away. Push. Push. Let's show them what's going on real quick. Let's get right back in that area, price. Strong trend day. All right. I'll take that. I'll take that. Strong trend day. Let's keep trucking. Let's keep trucking. Come on. Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. A little more. A little more. Break higher. Break higher. Push up one more time. One more time. Push, push, push. Push, push, push. One more time. Push. Push. That's the swing. Push, push, push. Push up. Push up. No, push up. Push up. Push up. Last 200 belongs to us. Push up. Push up. Push up. Right here, push up. Push up. Push up. Push up. Push up right here. Push up. Break higher. Last 200 belongs to us. Break. There we go. One more. One more good candle like that. I get one more good candle like that. This 10 points is we classic. I want to get this 10 points locked in at 94.50. Bam. Good day. Good day. Good day. Good trading day. Come on, push up. Push up. Push up. Push up. Push up. Come on, push up. Round of applause. Push up. Let's keep it going. Push up. Here we go. Here we go. Push up. Push up, baby. Push up. You want to do it so bad. More of that money. I'm sorry. Get some more of that money.
Stop, Phil.
Easy money.
Right. Great trade. Great trade. Come back tomorrow. Let's do it again, right? Great trade. Hey, we had the breakout. That context told us to go long. We waited for time to get in, and bam. That's price action trading.